Are you a salesperson like myself or a small business owner? Are you ready for 2025? Have you laid out your plans, your strategy just right after New Year's? If you haven't, today's video will be your early Christmas present. It will be very helpful. It will be so useful. I've got some tips for you that you want to take with you as you get ready for 2025. Salespeople, let's train. Let's be ahead of the game. I've been holding on to this material for days now, and I can't wait to share it to you. So let's get on with today's training. Strategy number 1. Master your market knowledge. Again, what do you mean by master market knowledge? Basically, whatever you're selling, whatever industry you're in, as early as 2024, you want to be ahead of the game and really fully understand what's trending, what local markets, or what are the local market trends. So just number 1, ask yourself, are you aware of what's trending within your industry, within your competition? If you haven't done your research, if you have not really had the time to do so, now is the time to do it. Get those Excel sheets busy and really prepare your own reference on market knowledge within your area, within your region, and really understand the market trends. You get this ready for yourself so that in 2025, any sales objections related to this, we've probably trained about that already because that's on my playlist. Number 2, build a strong online presence. If you haven't really taken this new trend of connecting with your client, with your prospects, and making basically a very strong online presence, you have to do this now. You have to prepare your materials that would help you be ahead of those who have not really worked on strong online presence. Let's say, for instance, you're in real estate. I'll just use that as an example. What you should do, start videoing property tours. Create a playlist of a very good property tour videos. You also want to have a very nicely put together market updates. You can put it into PowerPoint. You can make this into a nice presentation. The sky's the limit. Start working on this as well. Success stories, client testimonies. It may sound very basic, but this is something you want to have not just by words, not just you saying to your client, but this should also be in the form of an online presence. So, if you actually have not done this, again, whatever industry, remember strategy number 2 is build a strong online presence. Speaking of online presence, have you actually built your bio? Have you created a bio for yourself? I know that we are actually all selling the brand. We're representing the company we work for. But another thing you need to really check into yourself for 2025 is, have you actually created your bio? Make it compelling. Selling yourself. This is the part where you are selling yourself. There's the brand and there's yourself. So there's 2 things you're selling every time you see a client. The brand and your bio. Make it compelling. And you really have to sell it to your customer. You know, back in the days, we would just give a business card. We meet a client, for sales presentation, we give a business card, right? But what you can actually consider now in 2025 is don't just give a business card. Put a little bio in that business card. Don't just write your name, your email, your mobile number. In fact, matter of fact, a lot of people in Singapore, they use a QR code. So you just scan the QR code and it will pull out the contact details of the person you've just met up with. But how about you create a small but impactful bio that is tagged along with your business card? How smart is that? You don't need to put the whole awards and what you've accomplished and stuff. Just think about something that would really stand out to your client, that you are a very, very reliable, experienced, and they should buy from you. They should trust you. Next strategy, guys, focus on personal branding. This is somehow related to what I've just mentioned just now, but focus on personal branding in 2025. This is exactly what content creators like myself, this is what I'm focused on. Apart from the training, apart from all the videos I'm creating that are all original, by the way, I have to also market myself to you as a viewer. For you to click my video, I need to create a personal brand, and my personal brand should resonate to you as a video or as a channel that you would watch over and over and over again. Same thing with if you're actually selling insurance plan, hotel membership, you're in automobile industry, whatever you're selling, right? Focus on personal branding. Yourself. Your brand, the product you're selling is a brand by itself. I'm talking about yourself. If you've never really thought about it or worked on it consciously in 2024, I'm very sure many of us have not really thought about that. 2025 is the best time to do that. Beginning of the year. I'll put all this on the description so you actually would not lose these tips and write it on a paper or write it on your journal and start really working on it. It's a very good motivation for you to start the year also with different new things, isn't it? All right, number 5. Number 4, fourth strategy. 50% is you're selling the product, and 50% is you're selling yourself. Make it a habit. Make it a practice that you're constantly selling yourself along with the product. Because it makes the product more interesting if you are integrated with the product. At the same time, people would really see the originality, people will really see the value of the product, because you're not only selling the product that they can read online, they can see the materials online. So another strategy I want to share with you that I myself would probably do or start working on in 2025 is I want to start focusing on 50% of the brand that I'm selling and selling 50% of my brand, of myself. Tip number 5 or strategy number 5. Sharpen your negotiation skills. There's the selling part and there's the negotiation part. If you haven't really trained yourself very well in this area, or if this is the area you feel you need more practice, you need more training, make sure that you're getting access to this, to a full and a proper training for this area, because it's one thing to be able to sell a good product, or it's one thing to sell a brand or to be promoting a very good product. But if you're not a good negotiator, you can potentially lose a lot of sales from that. Tip number 6, smart follow-ups. I've mentioned this in one of my videos. If you've never seen my playlist, please go ahead and check. I've just organized my playlist. It has a lot of topics, subtopics related to sales, and it's wide across different industries. Now, going back to the strategy number 6, smart follow-ups. If you've been following up your sales in 2024 traditional way meaning you're text messaging, you're emailing, or you're sending a voice message. That's traditional. But have you done video messaging for your follow-up sales? Or video messaging when you are following up your sales? This is something I believe many of us have never tried in the past, and this is the best time for you to try this in 2025. It's as simple as recording a simple video message. Everyone has a smartphone. Just make sure you're in a place where it's conducive to record a decent video message, because it's a professional video message. You're sending it to a client, you're sending it to a prospect, so you don't want to be in a place where it's crowded, it's too loud, or there's kids running around. Find a spot where you can actually record. I would say less than 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be a long video message. This will be my take on that. Let's say this is my phone. Hi, Mr. Smith, how are you today? It was great meeting you last week, and I'm just touching base with you to make sure that we are still aligned with our follow-up date, which is on Tuesday next week. But I could understand there might be questions you might have. And so let me just give you a quick recap. As per our discussion last week, you're actually still eligible to $3,000 credit for your annual membership program next year. This is a full coverage for local and international. I believe this is something that would really benefit you and your family. And so I'm holding on to this program. I'm holding on to this slot for you. I'll speak to you on Tuesday, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Bye for now. That's just a sample, okay? You can create your own script. I did not write that at all. So you can actually formulate a very simple script on a small Post-it, but the idea is there. You're basically reconnecting with Mr. Smith or with your client by seeing yourself again on the screen, by him hearing your voice again, and best part, giving him what he needed to hear, which is the $3,000 credit that he actually can benefit along with his family. So this is, again, something you can try in 2025. I really encourage you to try it, because there is nothing to lose if you try to follow up your clients in a smart way like this. We text them, we email them, we message them. They probably have not had a chance to read it. And let's face it, anything written does not really have any emotion or energy or enthusiasm like you do. Please comment if you like this idea. This is one of my favorite on my 2025 sales strategy initiative for my training program. And then next one, guys. Build a referral network. If you've never really built a referral network, now is the time for you. Again, put out the Excel sheet. Get yourself organized. It's one thing to get a referral, okay? You get one referral from one client, that's the end of it. But building referral network, it's you basically networking from one referral. Whether they said yes or no, you still network from that. In fact, those who didn't buy, you should still network from them. Because it doesn't mean that he didn't buy for whatever reason, for whatever very valid reason. He could be referring people who would buy than himself. So really make sure that you're building a referral network in 2025 if you've not done that in 2024. Next one, focus on personal branding. Very important, guys, to really be very mindful about how you sell yourself to your client. A lot of salespeople probably are selling the product, but not necessarily mindfully, consciously, intentionally selling themselves as a brand to the client. So, this is something I recommend you take into consideration as well. Are you selling a brand and you want to be identified as part of the brand? If so, how do you brand yourself? When I say branding yourself, it could come in many shape and forms. Okay, so for example, consistently wearing your suit, your tie, your ensemble, like how you present yourself. That's just the physical aspect of it. At the same time, how are you connecting yourself to the brand that you're promoting? So if you're in hospitality and let's say you're promoting a certain hotel brand, how are you connecting yourself to that particular brand? Or are you actually very disconnected that the client is probably wondering, yeah, there's this lady, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. You don't want your client to not remember you. You want your client to remember you for the brand that you actually sell and for the brand that you are. So be creative with this. Again, my advice is to understand the brand that you're selling and how you actually connect to that brand and how you can create your personal brand out of that. It could be from that, but you're still separatedly selling yourself as an individual brand. In terms of your personality, the way you present, the way your style of talking, your style of clothing, and all those things that would retain to your client's mind even if you're no longer speaking to them. Number 9, strategy number 9, keep learning and keep training. Sounds simple, sounds basic, sounds cliche, but I can guarantee you that there's so many salespeople I've worked with in my 25 years in sales industry. I would say the percentage of those who don't have access on sales training or retraining is higher than those who actually get trained. Matter of fact, a lot of them only get training after they get hired. And then there's a lot of reasons why there's no more retraining or follow-up training or refreshment training, because there's no time, or the focus is only to just keep making sales or seeing clients and just try and try and try and try to sell. 10th strategy, number 10, prioritize communication with clients. Prioritize communication with your clients, whether they're sold or to be sold. A lot of salespeople think that, okay, I'm making a sale, I've been in touch, or I've always been in touch with my existing clients. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you need to also see in 2025 that the competition is getting tougher. You need to also make sure that you stay connected and you stay communicated with those who have already bought from you. This is the biggest mistake of salespeople sometimes, that okay, he bought the package, or I sold him already, so I'll just talk to him next year when it's time for renewal. But the common mistake there is those clients really matters, and they need to be in touch with you, or you need to be in touch with them, so that if there's a competitor that contacts them, they still remember you as a salesperson who did not vanish after the sale. Sounds basic, sounds easy, but a lot of sales are lost from overlooking this particular strategy. And finally, my last strategy, stay organized and be honest. Staying organized is very, very basic. Again, get those Excel sheets out, get all your materials together, your database, your listings, I've talked about this thoroughly in one of my training videos. It will be on my playlist where I talked about how you can actually improve getting organized with your listings, with your clients. Go back to basics. Don't miss this out. 2025 is the best, or the beginning of 2025 is the best time to do this, because then you're really able to create a pattern of activity or a habit. It becomes habitual for you to really start fresh. And of course, finally, be honest. Really master how to be honest with your client and with your prospects on how you communicate and how you convey your package, your program, and the benefits. So I hope today's training session is as meaningful as it is for me. I hope you learn a lot. I will put this on the description below so you can actually don't lose all these ideas and pick up the things that you feel would be useful for you. And if this is useful for you, please feel welcome to subscribe, like, and share this video. I'll see you on the next training session. Bye for now.